What's cracking, everybody? This is Jordan Kurtz with Comments from the Peanut Gallery. I'm here with a special guest today, my man JaCobi Jones, Mr. Big Toe. How you doing, brother?
Good. How you doing, bro?
Great, man. Absolutely, bro. I'm really excited to have you on, man. You're about to make your pro debut. Why don't you just give us a little bit of the details?
You know, this Friday, making my pro debut at LFA down in Shawnee, Oklahoma, Grand Resort Casino. Pretty excited about that.
Awesome. And you're on the Facebook portion, correct?
Yeah. So they have two free fights on Facebook, starting at I think 6:30 or something like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 6:30. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they go over to UFC Fight Pass right after that.
So you can check my man out for free on the LFA Facebook page on their live feed this next Friday. And then where can people follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram at Big Toe MMA. I'm also on Twitter at Big Toe MMA, and you can find me on Facebook just by my name, JaCobi Jones.
So you are making a very highly anticipated pro debut. How does it feel, especially after being basically, because of Corona, put on the shelf for a year, essentially, but what you finally get a chance to show in the light what you've been doing in the dark?
Yeah, going into this pro debut, I'm super excited. I'm putting a lot of hard work in, a lot of crazy changes in my life, a lot of good things, a couple of bad things, but at the end of the day, it's God's plan, and just ready to show what I have to offer. Moving up here to Factory X right when COVID kind of essentially was kicking off, into June, and haven't been able to fight since last year this month. So I'm ready to get after it. Definitely ready to show my skills and show the growth and show everything that I've been working on.
So let's take the clock back just a little bit here. What got you into it? How'd you end up in this position right now? Let's bring it all the way back.
Bring it all the way back?
I mean, enough, yeah.
All right, so if you don't know me, I've been wrestling my whole life. Was a state champion in Nebraska. Moved to Colorado in 2014. Shout out to CSU Pueblo, Dax Charles. Gave me a shot. Was a 3-time All-American down there, 4-time RMAC champion. When I got done competing there, I started coaching a little bit, and my friend Kyle Fenton actually got me to go into the gym. So we'll go to experience jiu-jitsu a little bit, and then I'll leave with the MMA coach's number. And then here we are, 7 fights later, down the road. COVID hits, and I'm like, man, what are we gonna do? Like, all my gyms shut down in Pueblo. I get in touch with Coach Mark. Coach Mark's like, hey, come up here, come see if you like it, see what we can offer you. So I came up here for a week. At the end of the week, I was sleeping on my friend's couch, not really knowing what I was going to do. Like, I was still in a lease in Pueblo. And so Coach Mark's like, hey, we want you here full time. Can you make it happen? And I was like, all right, well let's see.
Yeah.
By that Tuesday, I had a job and I had a house, so like a roommate situation, so it all worked out perfectly, Shout out to Gino, Russian Concussion, and giving me a place to stay, That's my dog. And ever since, just every day in this gym, putting the hard work in, trusting God's plan, trusting Coach Mark, and just believing that it's going to pay off. And Friday gets to show it.
Definitely. Now, how much has it meant for you personally? I mean, because, as you mentioned, you've been wrestling your whole life. Like that's something that, you can do in your sleep. You'll have that base to rely on whenever you choose to, as far as your fighting career goes. But coming to someone like Coach Mark, who is such a technician as far as striking goes and a Muay Thai master in that regard, how has that helped you just round out everything within your game?
Um, Honestly, it's a blessing. When I first got here, it was really stressful. Like trying to figure out his like game plan and his structure and how he runs things and his techniques are it's a lot different. Like from the outside looking in, it might look basic, but Coach Mark puts a lot into this the stuff that we work. And just completely switching my game plan. Like I was a real wrestle heavy type of guy, and now I like striking. I like standing up, and I like keeping my distance. And like if you want to wrestle, we can play there. Like I can show you some things, but I'm completely different now.
So what does that mean for you as, I mean, can you elaborate on just being different, or you don't have to go too far into your game plan per se, but what does that mean for you as far as just being different? What does that look like?
It's just if I could say like just molding into a complete martial artist, like being a student to the game, learning how to use my strikes, learning how to figure out distances, learning how to know angles, know footwork, and it's not just like a blind rage of, oh, I'm just gonna take this guy down and smash him. It's like it's a art, and I'm learning about it every day, and I'm here to show what I'm learning. So.
Now, what has that meant for you in terms of, like what's your daily or your weekly routine like, as far as, because I mean you're a guy who you have that wrestler's sort of grind. So what's training look like for you? I mean, you're always in a different scenery. You have it all over your Instagram, your mountain runs or competitions or all this other stuff. I know Coach Mark is going to hate this question, but
I'm different. I like to work hard. When I moved to Denver, I made the decision when I moved to Denver that I was gonna be a professional at this, and I know that being a professional, you can't take days off. As much as everybody tells you, and all these scientific facts of, oh, you need days off, oh, you need recovery, it's all mental. You don't need that. Like I like enjoying my days. I like getting out. I like seeing everything that's going on. Colorado's beautiful. Like go out and see it. If it's not a run, it's a hike. If it's not a hike, it's just going out and seeing stuff. But every day is an opportunity to just live life, and I want to do that. Like I'm living for not just me. I'm living for other people, and so just working hard is just what I like to do, and so. Yeah.
Now, I was cracking up the other day because we were having team dinner the other night, and like, well, this is really good. I think I'm gonna have some more. So I guess I just got to go on another run tonight.
Yo, yeah, like I was hearing a lot about Alex's cooking, and so when I found out that he was making lasagna, I ran before I came over to watch Harris's fight. Ate 2 slices of lasagna. It was like 11:30 at night, and I definitely ran after because I was like, I gotta get it off. Fights next week. I'm not missing out on life's pleasures. Like, that's something that I've always learned growing up in wrestling. Like, if you want it, you gotta go work it off. Like, either suffer without it or work harder and eat it. So.
I feel like I'm listening to Spencer Lee over here. Just some
No,
savage shit.
No, shout out to Spencer Lee. Like, that dude's a gangster. Like,
Yeah.
Seriously, I know what he's going through, battling with these injuries and stuff. But what a savage, going out like he did.
Absolutely, man. I mean, to win a national championship with no ACLs.
And doesn't tell anybody until afterwards.
Yeah, and coming off of one freshly torn, just over a week ago. Yeah, like that's insane. That's absolutely insane. Like, I mean, that just goes to show you, though, like how great he truly is. And I mean, I feel like he's a guy who is robbed of being a 4-timer now at this point because of the way that last season went down with the Corona shutdown.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate. Like me being able to see the NCAA tournament multiple times and being able to, like, I took it for granted, and then looking at these guys now and seeing their circumstances, it's like it's such a shame. I wish they can get an extra year, but it's just not how the cookie crumbles. But big ups to him. I know he's gonna do bigger things in life. Hopefully I think he said that he was gonna go out for the world team this year. So hopefully he makes a world team.
Hopefully so, man.
That'd be cool.
Well, and hopefully, he gets supported on the financial, because I know wrestling is tough to make it in, as far as if you're choosing
Honestly,
to stay pure wrestling with the money.
If we're being completely honest, that's why I got out of the sport. Like, I was at the pinnacle, training at the Olympic Training Center, training with the WCAP guys. Like, I was thinking about making that transition, but you look down the line, like, that stuff don't pay the bills. It's just like it's a moral victory. Like, you get taxed on an Olympic medal.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, definitely. And I feel like, it's growing in terms of something that's potentially becoming sustainable as the future continues, with platforms like Flow and all of that are
yeah, like, I still have friends that are
events.
still in it, and
But
they're making
it's
it
very tough. It's a tough one, and especially if you can't compete, for him not having ACLs in either knee, like, that's a lengthy recovery process to
If you're not
get
on
that
that
fixed.
team, if you're not on that world team, like, it's really tough for those sponsor opportunities and for the financial stuff, because like, if you're just one of these guys at the RTC, like, you're still scraping, working just like any other amateur MMA fighter, so it's like,
Yeah, definitely. But so like I say, hopefully it all works out for him with the recovery and all of that, because what a talent, man! What a freaking talent to see the way that kid is, and that program. Period. Like, I don't know. Like, I get charged up watching the Brands brothers, because they're just so intense.
it's something about Iowa wrestling, man.
Yeah.
Like, growing up in Nebraska, you see it firsthand, and it's like, do you want to be tough and run through people's faces, or you want to be slick and smooth and be on the outside? Like, Nebraska kind of blended it really well, and it's cool to see that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now, talk to us a little bit about your matchup. What are some of your thoughts coming into it, and what can the fans expect to see from you? What is something that maybe people don't know that you would maybe want to shed some light on?
So I'm going against a pretty game opponent. His name's Cameron Ansel. He's 0-2 as a professional, but that doesn't really show much. His last opponent was against a really high-level black belt, and his previous opponent was pretty tough as well. So, like, he's got to be tired of losing, So I just got to be ready for that first round. He's probably going to come out guns a-blazing. Like I said earlier, I'm learning about all the different angles and different distances, and so I get to show off what I've been learning. So I'll be ready for it, and if stuff hits the fan, I get to rely on my wrestling and get to show my jiu-jitsu skills too. I've been learning a lot of jiu-jitsu, a lot of Tuesday, Thursday nights. So,
speaking of jiu-jitsu, you got to participate in what always has, ever since they started doing the high rollers tournaments. Like, those just look like some of the most fun events possible. But what was that experience like?
I can literally talk for hours about this tournament. Like, it was so much fun going out there, getting the opportunity to showcase my skills, getting to meet some really cool guys like Godfather Eddie Bravo. Like, literally sitting there watching the finals with him. Unfortunately, I wasn't in the finals, but
Make to the semis, though.
I mean, yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
Yeah.
But getting to meet all these cool guys and hang out with them and get to share my story with them and put up on the big screen against some pretty high-level talent. I mean, it was fun. I hope I get the opportunity to go back. Shout out to my sponsor, TGC Network.
Beautiful. Speaking of that, any other sponsors you want to show out or shout out?
We'll give a big shout out to ice cream and soda carts. My buddy Robert. Give a shout out to all the guys at Iridium. They take really good care of me, making sure I don't want a need for anything. Evolve Mills, been really making this weight cut a lot easy for me. There's a lot of people. I want to give a really big shout out to my family. And what I mean my family is, like, anybody who's ever helped me or supported me. along my journey, you know, because without them, I wouldn't be here, and it's who I do it for, you know. Like I said earlier, I'm fighting for not just me. I'm fighting for everybody, and we're going to make it. We're going to keep going, and so shout out to everybody out there for on the big toe train.
Hell yeah, absolutely, bro, absolutely. Now, you have a particular zen about you. You're just never really, you know, too up, never really too down. You're just always just like cool like a cucumber. Where does that come from?
You know, I just enjoy every second of every day, you know. If I'm mad, you know, I can't think about everything that's, like, I can't just be mad all day, because I can only be mad about that 10 seconds or that 10 minutes that might have pissed me off, you know, like, I read a lot about Bruce Lee and how he treated life, and how just being calm is better than being raging, and like just being like water. That's my favorite quote of all time, is just be water. Like, I can be raging. I like to do that in my live rounds in jiu-jitsu. I'll be calm and just zen, like you said earlier, and just relax, you know.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, it's just, you know, it's always interesting, the different, you know, personalities that I've came across in this game through the years. You know, like there's some people that are, you know, especially in the fight game, you meet a lot of guys who are very turned up, like, and it's always hard for them to turn it down, like, you know, in existing in the rest of the space of real life.
True, I see what you mean by that.
But, you know, you're just always just like, you've got a very Max Holloway, it is what it is, sort of, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Like, I can't control anything in this life, so I just gotta just go with the flow. And it's like, I don't know, like, don't use too much energy in too many different ways. Like, we're just hanging out. Like, I get to fight for a living. How many people get to say that?
True.
Like, so what is there to be mad about? What is there to complain about? Oh, somebody stepped on my shoe. Dust it off. The shoe cleaner. Like, there's virtually a problem solver for every problem. Figure it out.
Understandable. Now, one last question for all the people out there who don't know, because we got this on the text line the other night, but we didn't get a chance to answer or have it asked on the radio show. Where does the name Big Toe come from? Someone texted this on. You could also, by the way, check out the MMA plug on Mile High Sports Radio if you're in the Denver area, 98.1 FM, or anywhere worldwide, live online at milehighsports.com. But back to the point.
Big Toe. All right, so my whole life growing up, my family called me Toe Baby. I guess the origin of it was the fact that my brother couldn't pronounce my name as we were growing up. He's 2 years older than I am. So like a 2-year-old kid trying to pronounce JaCobi, it comes out Toe Baby. And so my whole family, my whole life decided to call me Toe Baby. Like, my dad even has a tattoo of a troll doll, like, and it says Toe Baby underneath it. And so I'm starting to fight, and nobody in my family wants me to fight, and they're always like, oh, you don't need to do that, Toe, like, that's not for you, like, leave that to those savages out there. And I'm like, no, like, I think I can do this. And so I'm finally on the phone with my dad. I'm like, yo, I need to come up with a fight name, like, what should it be? He's like, nah, chill out, you still Toe Baby. I was like, man, I'm Big Toe, just messing around.
Yeah.
And one of my really good friends, David Duran, shout out to Dave, he was helping me make my fight tee, and he had typed it up and printed it out before I could even look at it. And I turned around, and he's like, Big Toe. And I go, who the hell's Big Toe? He goes, that's what you just told your dad your name was. And I go, sticks, let's go with it. Can't change it now. So, Big Toe. I don't got no funny feet, so don't be looking at my toes.
Weird that has to be said in this weird OnlyFans type society that we live in.
If you want to buy some
you know,
feet pics,
he's like, hey, I don't know what you want, but
hey, we got it.
I got bills.
I got bills to pay. If you want some Big Toe pictures, I can send them to you. Subscribe to my OnlyFans.
Could you imagine? That'd be awful. I'm telling you.
Social media is crazy nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, look at Derek Luz's page. Like every day he posted a picture of somebody getting messed up. Imagine if every day I posted a different picture of my big toe. Come on, ladies will love it.
Oh yeah, especially the way that our mats tear your body up all over the place.
Look like zombie feet, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Look like they went through a nuclear fallout.
Hey, but when we get on the soft mats on the LFA cage, you'll be all right. Get a nice fresh pedicure afterwards.
Absolutely. Gotta treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
So what is going to be the first victory meal that you have? First thing that you treat yourself to after the fight? You can't really treat yourself. People always think like after weigh-ins you can indulge in. No, you can't.
After weigh-ins, I'm enjoying myself to a nice fat bowl of oatmeal and some blueberries.
Exactly. You gotta stay healthy with it.
Stay good with it.
Keep the gut from turning. But after,
man, in Oklahoma, I might go get some Whataburger. Like if they let me out the bubble at the hotel, I might go get some Whataburger.
Okay.
Down south, then gotta treat yourself. But if that's not available, I'm definitely gonna get a fat steak, potatoes.
I'm gonna say, bro. I mean, you'll
corn.
be at the casino's gonna definitely, I'm sure, have some of the good restaurants open at that point.
Oklahoma, they gotta have them fat steaks down there.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah.
Them tomahawk something.
Yeah, and it's a pretty nice spot down there at that casino.
Yeah, I'm excited. You know, I've been watching the previous shows that they've been having, and it looks like a really cool arena and really cool setup. And shout out to Mark Brewery letting me debut. I'm excited.
Bro, I'm so excited to see what you bring to the cage this next Friday night. Now, once again, can you just give people the details on where to follow you? What's the where can they watch the fight?
Yeah, I'm on all social medias at Big Toe MMA, on Twitter, Instagram, and then like I said on Facebook at JaCobi Jones. Go ahead and send me a friend request. Hopefully, I got enough friend space I can add you. But yeah, and then you can follow me on. I like to take pictures, so if you like to follow photography pages or anything, I'm on Instagram at Dirty Toe Films. You know,
man has a good eye as well.
Yeah, so if you guys like want to book a shoot or want me to take pictures of you doing anything, OnlyFans, anything.
Had to circle it back. But yeah, I mean, I like your work, man. I like your eye. You take some really good photos.
Thank you, bro. I look up to you. You know, I get to see what you're doing here and get to take expertise from you all the time. And you and my guy Vince Cachero, all the good.
Shout out to Vince.
It's just cool. Like I said earlier, this is an art, and everybody's just expressing their art. And what you do is amazing. Like you come here and you let us fighters have a platform, and you get to chase your dreams of hosting shows and taking pictures and showing your eye to people. And it's cool.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Making my day right there.
My dog.
Yes, sir. So this next Friday night, be sure to check out my man JaCobi Jones on the Facebook page for LFA. That's going to be starting at like 6:30, right? Like somewhere right around in there.
Please have your popcorn ready.
Absolutely, because I promise you, this is a man that in general you're going to want to follow along. You're going to want to follow him on social media to track his career as he grows and progresses. He's got a potential that is just, I mean, the sky is the limit. It's through the roof. I really believe in this kid right here. And when people ask who's next, he's always one of the first guys on that list. Now, you can also always check me out on the MMA Plug presented by DenverSportsBetting.com on Mile High Sports Radio. That is 98.1 FM, or MileHighSports.com. That is on Wednesday evenings from 7 to 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Or you can always check the replays out on the next day or on demand at any point at DenverSportsBetting.com. This is Jordan Kurtz with the comments from the Peanut Gallery podcast, and you can see us next time.
True player for real, man. True player for real, man.